Welcome to the sixth part of VCAA Math Method 2021 exam paper series. In this video, we will present exam paper 2, section A, questions 15 to 20. Statistics show these questions were done relatively poor, which we will go through in detail.
Hello, Math Champions! I'm Dr. Chen. If you want to improve your math skills and understanding, so that you gain confidence, enjoy math more, and get better results, click subscribe and hit the notification button so that you don't miss anything.
Welcome to this VCAA exam paper series. This is section A of 2021 exam 2 paper. There are total 20 multiple choice questions in section A and 5 extended response questions in section B. In this video, we will present you questions from 15 to 20 in section A. Question 15 is a binomial probability distribution related question. It states that 4 fair coins are tossed at the same time. The outcome of each coin is independent of the outcome of any other coin. The probability that there is an equal number of heads and tails, given that there is at least one head. Since there is an equal number of heads and tails, the probability for showing at least one head is 1 minus 1 over 2 to the fourth, which equals 15 over 16. Since the probability of having 2 heads and 2 tails is expressed to 4c2 times 1 over 2 squared times 1 over 2 squared, which equals 3 over 8. The probability of having 2 heads and 2 tails, given that at least one head is shown, equals 3 over 8 divided by 15 over 16, which equals 2 over 5. So the answer for question 15 is D. Question 16 is a circular function related problem. What we know is cosine x equals 3 over 5, and the domain x is in the closed interval from 3 pi over 2 to 2 pi. The square of sine y equals 25 over 169, where y is within the same closed interval. The question here is to find the value of sine x plus cosine y. Since cosine x equals 3 over 5 and the square of sine y equals 25 over 169, and both x and y are in the fourth quadrant, sine x equals negative square root of 1 minus 3 over 5, or in parentheses squared, which equals negative 4 over 5. Accordingly, cosine y equals square root of 1 minus 25 over 169, which equals 12 over 13. Hence, sine x plus cosine y equals negative 4 over 5 plus 12 over 13, which equals 3 over 65. So the answer for question 16 is A. Question 17 is a binomial distribution with a probability of success of p equals 0.1. If the probability of obtaining at least 2 successes after n trials is at least 0.5, then the question is to find the smallest possible value of n. Since p equals 0.1 and n is greater than 2, PR of x is greater than or equal to 2 is greater than or equal to 0.5 can be written to 1 minus PR of x is less than 2 is greater than or equal to 0.5. Hence, the inequality is written to 0.1 times n times 0.9 to the n minus 1 plus 0.9 to the n is greater than or equal to 0.5. Solving this inequality gives the result of n is greater than or equal to 17. So the answer for question 17 is C. Question 18 provides 2 functions, f of x and g of x. f of x equals 2x minus 1, or in parentheses, times 2x plus 1, or in parentheses times 3x minus 1, or in parentheses. The domain of f of x is a real number. G of x equals x logarithm base e of negative x, and the domain of g of x is less than 0. The question here is to find the maximum number of solutions for the equation f of x minus k equals g of x, where k is the real number. According to the rule of f of x, the rule of f of x minus k is written by substituting x minus k for x, as it can be seen on the screen. Now we need to use a CAS or alternative mathematical software to plot f of x minus k and the g of x on the same coordinate system where k is a parameter. Varying the value of k, we can see from the diagram shown on the screen that there are three possible intersections between f of x minus k and g of x. So the answer for question 18 is D. Based on the 5 hybrid functions from a to e, question 19 is to determine which one of these functions is differentiable for all real values of x. According to the rules of these hybrid functions, regarding the differentiable of these hybrid functions, we need to check whether these functions are differentiable at the point x equals 0. So from question a to e, we just need to check the values of f of 0 as well as f prime of 0 when x approaches from the left of 0 as well as when x approaches from the right of 0. As for function a, the values of f of 0 obtained from both negative and positive sides are equal. However, the values of f prime of 0 obtained from both negative and positive sides are not equal. So it is continuous at x equals 0 but not differentiable at x equals 0. As for function b, similar to function a, it is continuous at x equals 0 but not differentiable at x equals 0. As for function c, it is neither continuous nor differentiable at x equals 0. Function d is continuous at x equals 0 but not differentiable at x equals 0. As for the last function e, it is continuous and differentiable at x equals 0. So the answer for question 19 is E. There are two independent events A and B in question 20, where PR of A equals P, PR of B equals P squared, and PR of A plus PR of B equals 1. The question is to find the probability of event not A union with event B. Since A and B are independent events, the probability of A intersects B equals the probability of A times the probability of B. Due to PR of A plus PR of B equals 1, P plus P squared equals 1. Hence, the probability of not A equals 1 minus the probability of A, which equals 1 minus P, which equals P squared. In the meantime, the probability of not B equals 1 minus the probability of B, which equals 1 minus P squared. In addition, since the probability of A intersects B equals the probability of A times the probability of B, which is P cubed, the probability of not A intersects with B equals the probability of B minus the probability of A intersects B, which equals P squared minus P cubed, as it can be seen on the probability table. Hence, the probability of not A union with B equals the probability of not A plus probability of B minus the probability of not A intersects with B, which equals 1 minus P plus P cubed. By the way, the probability table showing the relations of all the events is on the right, so the answer for question 20 is D. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to help me make more math content like this. I will see you in the next video.